Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, it's been a long time. I know. Don't look at me like that. Okay, but yeah, it's been a long time. Well, I had to experience life before I come back. You feel me? No, actually, that's an excuse. Okay, I was dealing with procrastination. I was. I'll definitely talk about this in a future episode. But let's refocus. So that's the second episode, okay? If you tune in, you tune in. That's the second episode of Pillow Talk with Grace Forson. And today we are going to talk about the pursuit of happiness. Yes, the pursuit of happiness. I wanted to talk about it because I've seen things, and I just wanted to dig deep, okay, into that subject because I think it's important. I mean, obviously, everything that I'm going to talk about is important to me, but but yeah. So let's start. Oh, disclaimer. Oh well, it's not really a disclaimer, but whatever. For the ones who are going to actually watch me, for my viewers, I might, look a little bit down from time to time because I have notes. Yes, I have notes because that's how, serious, okay, that topic is. So I wanted to make sure that I can say everything that I want to say. Cause yeah, baby, I'm gonna say everything that I did. Okay, I actually recorded that episode at first, like the first time. That's the second time I'm recording this. I I recorded it one time and I was okay with it, but then I was like, nah, I didn't really say everything that I wanted to say, and it was kind of organized, but not as much as I wanted to. So I was like, who is forcing me to release that episode? Nobody. So so yeah. So between that and procrastination, that's why I'm coming back to y'all months later. But it's okay, because the most important thing is that I'm here right now. So please don't judge me, okay? Shout out to Chris Brown. Now I'm playing. But I love that song. That was a great song. But let's refocus. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this. And so yeah, like I said, I might, look at the notes, so don't mind my eyes, going a little bit everywhere. So the pursuit of happiness. I wanted to talk about that specific topic because um I don't know, I looked at things. I think it was like maybe on Twitter, on everything. Um Everybody was talking about certain things that related to that topic, and it came to mind, and I was like, yeah, that's true. We all want that, and we all looking for that. To me, the pursuit of happiness, it's something that we should all go for. Who wants to be sad? Nobody. At least not me. I don't know about you, but not me. Okay? I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be depressed. I don't, nobody wants to feel those negative emotions, but we know that obviously it's the human experience, so we might go through that. But we all agree that we all want that. You want to be happy, you want to experience good things in life. And I totally agree with that, because I want to do that. I'm sure you want to. So this is, common knowledge, common ground. We all agree on that. Um, but when I was thinking about it and reflecting about it, I was like, okay, that's what we want. But also now it's a problem when we don't really know what makes us happy and if what makes us happy is also good. So there's like different layers. So it came to mind and I was like, yeah, that's a very interesting topic. Because it's really layered and it really determines where you are going to go, um, where this pursuit of happiness is going to lead you, right? Because you're chasing something, right? It's well, chasing, well, not necessarily chasing, but you're going after something. So obviously, at some point, it needs to land somewhere. So in this episode, that's probably what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about where it can lead you, um, and how can we necessarily, how can we avoid maybe going obviously the wrong path, and how can we also stay on a good path of this pursuit of happiness. So the first question that I had was, what's happiness? Right? I think that's a pretty good question, right? To ask yourself. So I was like, okay, what's happiness actually? And so I looked at the definition, and basically the definition is, around like it's a state of well-being, state of contentment, joy. So that's that. And I was like, okay, I agree with that. That's really what it is, based on obviously events and everything. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I thought about things that are temporary and things that are long lasting. Um, because happiness, we all know that we can't not be happy at all times, right? That's impossible, because that's a feeling. Feelings pass. They pass. So I was like, okay, we want to be happy. Okay, we're going after happiness. Cool. But now I was like, maybe striving for happiness is maybe not the best. Not that it's a bad thing, but maybe it's not the best. Maybe we should probably look into joy. And it's actually part of the definition that I just said. But to me, joy is really something that you can be, um even when you're in negative situation. You might not necessarily be happy, if you're, for example, going through when you're grieving, for example, or when you're just experiencing a loss. I believe that you can be joyful though. I don't think you can be happy during those moments, but I think you can be joyful. To me, joy is really about like hope. It's really about hope, like knowing that it's going to get better, and still, living in a moment where you're like, okay, even if it's a sad period, it's a sad moment, I can still feel, I know, and I'm experiencing uh good, in the midst of that. And I think that's something that I actually experienced during those like last 2 years and a half. I was in a, you know, situation that lasted obviously 2 years and a half. So it was a lot. So I cannot say that I was sad. I wasn't sad, but definitely at some point I was a little bit. But during all of that, I could definitely say that I remained joyful. I remained joyful. And it's one of the things that I had, because I had the hope that my situation was gonna get better, and that God was not gonna let me, okay, was not gonna let me in a situation. But yeah, I mean, he did it. Amen. Amen. He didn't, but just to say that I really was able to experience being joyful and focus, obviously, on things that are long lasting. Because on my temporary thing, everything was going left, right? The situation that I'm experiencing, things that I thought was going to happen, it just was not happening the way I wanted to. It was just a lot of things happening. And in those moments, you have to seek within and to look at God like, hey. But really, at least that's what I did. And so in the midst of my tribulation, my trials, I really was able to develop that sense of joy, um and peace, that everything was going to be okay. Even though it was hard. Now I'm talking to you about the situation because I'm, it's after it, but when you're in the midst of that, it's hard. Um but like relatively I was good. Like I was going through it, but I was good. Like I was really a tough soldier. Okay, I really was, because I could still be like cool, like mentally and things like that. Obviously, sometimes I was a little bit exhausted, but like I was strong. Like I was really strong mentally, and despite what was happening, I was cool. So, okay. Focus. But so yeah, that's why I prefer, and I always actually qualify myself not as a happy person, but as a joyful person. I don't know why. It's just the word that I used a lot to describe myself. And then I'm talking about it and thinking about it. I guess, okay, that was for that very moment, but it's really what it was. So that's why I'm encouraging a lot of people to seek like joy instead of happiness. Because I think, yeah, I said previously that happiness is a feeling, obviously, that will pass. It's something that is temporary. So you do not want to chase something that is temporary. Um, you don't. But then it's also, and like I said previously, it's like what you're chasing is going to make or break you, right? We all go for things in life. But if you go for something that is going to destroy you, yeah, you already know where you're going. You already know what you're gonna do in your life. That's not gonna work. So that's why it's important to really focus and also know what's in there. What's in there? What's in there? And so you have to be, like I said, joyful. Um, and basically, what I'm trying to say is that you have to figure out what is the source of your happiness. That's the second question. Um, what is the source of your happy? What makes you happy? And I had to think about that, and I had to ask myself that question. What is making me happy? What is making me happy? Where my heart, where is my heart? And so I had to think about it. And now, even when now I'm talking to you right now, I kind of know what makes me happy, right? And like joyful in the sense of like what I know of. Uh, that would definitely be obviously God, right? Shout out. But obviously, you know what I like. For people that know, if you don't know, what you don't know, now you're gonna know. But I like music. I like just independent artistry in general, and like songwriting, and trying to find solutions to help independent artists. Whatever, that's something else. But I like entertainment. I like entertainment. I like everything that kind of like revolve around it. So that's what makes me happy, right? But it's really going back to what makes you happy, and if the things that are making you happy are actually benefiting you or not. And right now, when I look at what makes me happy or what I can say, quote unquote, is the source of my happiness, I'd say, yeah, these are good things. I'm not, I mean, at least I don't think that I'm making an idol of those things, right? So it's really helping me to stay, cool and collected. But back in the day, okay, back in the day, because that changed a lot, like within those 2 years and a half. But people are different. People are different. So you have to ask yourself, and now I'm really talking to you and I'm asking you that question. It's like you really have to ask yourself, like, what is making you happy? You have to really look at yourself, because and that's what I did, and that's what obviously um I'm continuing to do it, because that's the essence, and I'm basing myself on Proverbs 4:23. So I'm gonna say it's like, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. And I looked at this and I was like, yeah, because if what's what makes you happy is obviously what's in your heart, you want to talk about it or you want to do it because you like it, it's fun. So if what's in your heart is a bad seed, something that is bad, something that is actually poisonous, to you, to your spirit or whatever, you're gonna be in deep shit. Okay, you're gonna be in a bad, bad place, because the scariest part about it, that's why you have to be so careful, because you might not know that what you have in your heart and what you are, quote unquote, pursuing is something that is destroying you, right? For example, or hmm, even when it's kind of poisonous, because you've been doing it, you know what I'm saying? You're just doing it. You have a hard time stopping. I feel like it reminds me of the example of cigarettes. Like, a lot of people, they love to smoke, you know? And whether it's, matter of fact, whether it's cigarettes, whether it's marijuana, whether it's like that or something else, whether it's hookah and things like that. Some people, they love it, you know, and legit, that could be their happiness. Like, some people, you look at their life, baby, they're not going one day without smoking. They're not going one day, okay, without hitting that. Okay. So everybody has their own, source, but that's why you have to examine, okay, is it really good for me? Because outside the fact that it's fun, you think it's fun, and you're having fun with it, whatever. Is it really good for you? Okay. Is it really good for you? We know that it's not. Like, we don't need to think about it for like 5 years. Like, we know it's not. Like, smoking is never really doing something for you. Obviously, I don't judge people who are smokers, baby. Okay. I had a past. But you have to, say, you have to think, because some people, it's obviously it's recreational, so people are doing it from time to time, but some people are like legit addict, they're legit addict. And when you talk about that, people are like, oh, you're doing too much, blah, blah, blah. But not be for real. Not be for real, though. You cannot tell me that you're not an addict and you cannot go one day without doing that specific thing. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you do you. You do you. Because then people gonna talk about you judging me. Hey, I ain't say nothing. Okay, I ain't say nothing. I'm just saying. But that's why you're the only one that can really do that introspection, right? Um, really look at yourself, really look at your habit. What is making you, what is in your heart? What do you like to do and what do you like it? Right? And I think in life we do a lot of stuff, or sometimes we also believe a lot of stuff without without trying to understand. Obviously, sometimes even when we try to understand, we also are not like equipped to truly understand. But we're gonna stay on in the basis, right? We're not gonna go through the spirituality and things like that. So if you look and try to think about what you like and why you like it, I think a lot of people can say, okay, maybe that's not the best for me. Despite me liking it, um, what is it really bringing, to my life? Is it adding to my life or is it taking from me? And like back in the day, I was like, okay, actually, it's really not doing for me. Like when I was younger, like I said, I had a past. I had a past. Okay. And so I cannot say I was, like I really was, but I used to hit it a little bit, and I'm talking about cigarettes. And so you smoke here and there, you smoke here and there, you buy here and here, here and here. But I really had to look at myself like, well, this is really back in the day, but I really, even back in the day, I looked at myself. Even when I started, I knew that I was never going to end up being a smoker. Like I knew it from the moment I hit the first puff. I knew that I was never, like legit never gonna be a smoker. Like I couldn't even I couldn't even fathom the fact that I was gonna be old and a smoker. Like, what do I look like? Exactly. No. That was not gonna be me. It might be some people. I'm not judging you, but it's never gonna be me. And so I knew that. And then I started to obviously continue here and there. But then, when the stuff like started to hit me, where, when you're like, oh, I'm craving this, I was like, no, baby, we're not doing this. I was like, baby, we're not doing this. Because there's no way I'm I'm about to be addicted to, what do I look like? No. So I was like, no. And I cut that like straight up. Um, but I cannot say that it was my happiness, right? But I'm just saying that some people can find their true, like truly their happiness and drugs. Um well, alcohol is still a drug, but yeah, and alcohol. And yeah, because it's one thing when you go out, you're like, okay, period. You party, you go take your little cocktail, because baby, if you serve a cocktail, baby, I'm gonna get one. Okay, I'm gonna get one, baby. I'm a cocktail girl. I like the cocktails. So you can eat me up. You can eat me up. But some people, it's more than just, okay, I'm enjoying it here and there, right? Because we know that if you drink alcohol with moderation, you're good. But if you start, you know, doing this and doing that again and again and again and again, baby, you becoming an alcoholic. And now we have a problem. Now we have a problem. But some people, that's what they do, right? And it's obviously destructive. And it makes me think that obviously everything that you do at an excess is destructive. But we're not gonna talk about it today. We're not gonna go deep, deep, deep. I'll probably talk about this in the next episode. But it's really just to remind myself and to remind you that we need to be very, very careful about what we affection, what like, we need to be very careful about what we like, because it really can lead us like to places that we really don't want to go to, like for real. So I had to think about that and look at myself, because a lot of people would say, not necessarily in those cases, because that's very extreme, but like in general, because it doesn't have to be that extreme, right? But in general, in life, there's this motto that a lot of people are saying, you probably heard your friends, your family, even just the society in general, on the news, whatever, girl, it's everywhere. But basically, people are saying that you should follow your heart. And to me, I'm like, no. I mean, obviously, follow your heart sounds like it sounds good. It sounds good. It's like, okay, yeah, I should do that. But then we go back to what I said previously is that you need to be careful what's in your heart, right? When we go back to the Proverbs 4:23, because baby, you need to guard your heart, right? You need to guard your heart above all else because everything comes from it, it flows from it. So you have to be careful because if you follow your heart, well, if you don't guard your heart, we don't know what's in there. We don't really know what's in there. So now we like, okay, like, are you sure? Like, are you sure that you want to follow your heart? Do you even know what's in it? Do you even know what's in it? And it makes me think about, I think it's like, yeah, that's the second verse. That's Jeremiah 17:9. And it says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I know that's right. I know that's right. Who can know it? Do you know? Do you know? Okay. Because I had things in my heart I didn't know were there, baby. But they were there. So imagine following a heart that is deceiving you. Baby, you going baby, where are you going? Where are we going? Seriously. But it made me think. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like I was really like, yo, nah, that's actually mad. Like you really out here following a heart that is deceiving you. Like baby, it's deceiving you. It's you're going up way up there. Way over there. So it's like, wow. That's why you have to be careful. Like I said, I will say it again because this is how deep it is. Because the things that are making you happy, the things that you like, that are in your heart, you're like, yeah, I like that. That's me. Period. That's my fun. Can really destroy you. And the craziest, and it's really that's like, you don't know. Because you're deceived. Your heart is deceiving you. So you living your life a certain way. You like to do this, you like to do that, but you have no idea that it's really leading you in a path that you don't want to go. You don't want to go like towards that, and you're it's just no, like you're not equipped. And it makes me think about that just that the analogy. I'm thinking about like when you go hiking, for example, right? When you go hiking, you know that you're going hiking, right? You are striving for that. You're like, okay, let me go prepare. So now you're ready. So you have all your equipment, all the appropriate clothing, and especially the appropriate shoes, right? Because you know you're gonna climb, you know it's gonna be, difficult. So you prepare yourself, right? So it's all about the foundation. It's all about the preparation. It's all about really, yeah, the foundation. Where are you starting, right? It's where are you starting? Even in life, where are you starting is so important, and it actually determines where you are going to be able to go. Like that's just real. So let's look at her. Let's look at our heart and the pursuit of happiness, on that, in that I mean, from that point of view. Let's say from that point of view. So we are going on a hike, and some people are equipped. Some people have the right shoes, but baby, probably you don't have the right shoes. You're not gonna go on a hike with heels. You're not doing that. You're not. But somehow we want to embark in that pursuit of happiness like that, nonchalant. Like, okay, I got my shoes on, but do you really got your shoes on? What type of shoes you got on? We never really stop and reflect. When you're going on a trip, like you're looking at your luggage. You are, you're not going. I mean, some people do. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, don't put everything in your. Don't do that. Don't do that. But for the people, at least I'd say for the majority, we obviously look. We are trying to look. We're trying to make sure. Okay, we got everything we need for that specific trip. You know what I'm saying? When you know you're going to the beach, you already know you got that bikini on. All right. So somehow for that pursuit of happiness, we're not ready. We're not ready. We think, oh no, but it's fine. You know what I'm saying? We're going with the flow. We're going with the flow. Well, let your heart guide you. Do what feels right. And it's like, no, you can't do what feels right because you don't even know your heart. You don't even know what's in your heart. How are you gonna follow something like we said that is deceiving you? You're not even gonna know that you're deceived. So a lot of things can feel good. Some people like to get spanked, but I'm not talking about in the bedroom, okay? I'm talking about like hardcore things, like okay. I'm not talking about your little things in the bedroom. That's you. That's not that's not me. We're not even going there. But I'm just saying like some people hurt themselves or like people to be violent with them or aggressive with them and they like it, right? We're not here to shame anybody. That's not a shame. Like, do your thing. But it's more of like, because you like it doesn't mean that it's good for you. Okay? Because if I slap you, if I continue slapping you as much as you say you like it, baby, you gonna feel some type of way. At some point, you're gonna be like, well, calm down, calm down, stop, right? And so I feel like this is the same thing for that. Like we have to understand that we are going to do things. We are doing things. We feel certain things about certain things that are not good, that are not okay, that are not producing anything good in our lives. So because these things can really destroy us, like literally, um, we need to have a good start, basically. Because that's really what it is. We need to have a good start. And so that's why I wanted to talk about, you know, really let's focus on what's in our heart. What is in your heart? Do you have, you know, anger? Do you have doubt? Do you have greed? What do you have in your heart? You know? Do you have idolatry? What do you have? And so this is really the question that we can all try to answer. And I think it's a beautiful thing, but it also shows how it really is it's really a trip. It's really a trip. It's really a path. It's really a journey because we can never, like, just okay. know that okay, there's this in my heart, and that's it. You can't you just do that in one day. It's like the moment that you identify what's in your heart, then you have to, slowly, take it out. Obviously, take it out, but also replace it with good things. Because, baby, we're human beings. We don't like to be empty. We need to fill things. We need to fill ourselves with things. So if you take out things, bad things, you understand that, okay, this was bad for me. You better replace it with something. Okay, you better replace it with something good because otherwise you you obviously gonna go back to the old things because you are going to need to have something in. You just can't be empty. That's impossible. So that's why we need to be careful, and I hope that we all gonna make it. There's no reason why, but I believe that we need to ask, certain questions to ourselves. Take the time to answer it. Take the time. Take the time, because sometimes we also look for love or look for things, that are going to make us happy in all the obviously the wrong places, right? Um, Shout out to Rihanna. Like, I'm thinking about the song. Um, what is it? I don't remember the I don't remember the title, but just that particular lyric, what she said. Uh, what is it? I think it's we're finding love in a hopeless place, right? Yeah, we are finding love in a hopeless place. I think it's that. But yeah, it's really that. You will go to hopeless places and try to look for love or try to look for things that can fulfill you again, that void. And baby, when you're empty, some people or just human in general, like we're ready to fill it with anything. And that's where it's very dangerous, right? That's where it's very dangerous. So we gotta have on good shoes, like we said, good shoes, and have and start basically, yes, start with a good foundation, right? Because we all know without a good foundation, your path is already, rigged. Without a good foundation, your path is already rigged. So take on the right shoes and strive for that. Strive for that quote unquote happiness, you know? But first identify what makes you happy and look at what makes you happy and understand, okay, what is it making you happy? Is it really good for you or is it bad? Right? And if it is bad, if you see that certain things that are bad, take it out. I was like, take it out. Like it's easy, but no, but seriously, try to look at certain patterns and things that you do and, other things that can help you, obviously, change your bad ways or ways. Yeah. I mean, for all my Christian, you already know y'all gotta go to the source, period. You already know, like, that's it. But that's really that. And I really thought about it, and yeah, I think that's a great thing. And we all obviously should um strive for it. But yeah, we really gotta be um vigilant, really vigilant about how we go about things, how we go about things. Because I can think about what or certain things that I liked to do or that really made me happy back in the day. And I'm looking at myself like, girl, be for real. Girl, be serious. Um, but yeah, okay, okay. Thank God we're growing and changing into a better person because yeah, this we listen. We can be a mess As human beings, we really can be a mess. So that's why we also have to do our work, check our heart, try to do better, and do not let no, do not let yourself be deceived. Okay? Do not let yourself be deceived by your own heart. That's why, okay, I'm gonna keep saying it. Don't follow your heart, baby. You don't know where it's been. You don't even know where it's been. You don't even know what's in it. So be careful. Um, yeah, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go somewhere you don't want to go. Okay? And I don't want you to go somewhere you don't want to go. Okay? So that's it. That's me. But yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say today about this topic. Um, but I hope it was able to help you in some ways. Um, I'm really helping myself like think, heal, meditate. So I really hope that you can do the same with this, talk with with your family, with your friends. Yeah, talk about it everywhere, baby. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Um, yeah, well, I hope obviously you grab your coffee and all that. I should have said in the beginning, but who cares? Because maybe you listen to me before you go into bed. So, grab a pillow, take a sip of your favorite tea or your water. Stay healthy and sleep. Don't sleep too much because you gotta be okay. You gotta be woke. But no, seriously, that was it. That was it for today. But yeah, thank you so much if you finished it, okay? Because that's pretty long, but that's me. But yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you're ready for episode 3, because baby, it's already there, okay? So it's already prepared. So yeah, I'm sorry for the sorry for the wait. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be more consistent, and yeah, episode 3 is coming very very soon. Like I'm talking about tomorrow. Or maybe not, but yeah. Bye. God bless you. Okay, and ciao.